Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are LA.
Last night, after digging a hole that saw the Angels down by 7 runs to King Felix and the Mariners, no less, this happened.
That's drilled out to deep left field. This one's got a chance to go, and if Ibanez pulls up, that is gone. A big fly for Peter Borges. Third of the year, and it's 8-3 Seattle. Breaking pitch, hit in the air toward left center field. That ball is crushed. Got a chance. Gone! Big fly for Mark Trumbo. Now the 1-2. Breaking pitch, hit into right field. Andy Chavez not going to get there. It falls in, and we're tied up at 9. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Light that baby up as the Angels defeat the Mariners 10-9 in perhaps the game of the season.
No question about it.
Well, with that win last night against the Seattle Mariners, the Angels homestand continues to be very good, very positive so far, 5-2, and tonight we're back in interleague action. We welcome in the Pittsburgh Pirates for the first of 3. Hi, everybody, from inside the Big A, and alongside my partner, Mark Gubas, I'm Victor Rojas. So glad you could join us for Angels baseball once again here on Fox Sports West. And tonight we're going to be treated to a very special pitching matchup. 2 Southern California kids. Jared Weaver's going for the Angels and Garrett Cole going for the Pirates.
Yeah, Victor, that game last night was a lot of fun, but this game tonight with those 2 pitchers on the mound has a chance of even being more fun here, both with great stuff. Garrett Cole throws a fastball upwards to 98 to 99 miles an hour. Jared Weaver, a master on the mound. He's able to throw his fastball, his plus changeup, curveball, slider. Both these pitchers have the capabilities of going deep in the game without giving up any hits. Both can get the strikeout when need be, but it's going to be a lot of fun to watch these 2 go at, especially being SoCal natives and 2 guys in interleague play tonight.
Little injury news. Jason Vargas placed on the 15-day disabled list with a blood clot under his throwing arm. Jerome Williams will get the start tomorrow, and Josh Hamilton nursing a sore wrist. He might miss the entire weekend. So buckle up your seatbelts. We got a great pitching matchup. We're just about ready for baseball here at the Big A, so sit back and relax. Bring you the lineups and the first pitch when we return.
By Corona, who invites you to find your beach. And by Mercury Insurance. Get 2 Angels tickets with a fast free auto insurance quote from Mercury Insurance. Log on at angels.com/Mercury to learn more.
to fit just right. And the radio up, I like to see sunrise.
Gorgeous night for baseball here at the Big A. Big Bang Friday. Not only that, Peter Borges poster giveaway night here. The catch that he made against the Baltimore Orioles last week. And so fans treated not only to a spectacular night, you get fireworks after the game, you get to enjoy the poster. And by the way, a very good team is in town in the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yeah, they've been playing exceptional baseball this season. They've been pitching very well, catching the baseball, very aggressive on the base pass. They have 49 stolen bases as a team. Clint Hurdle has his team being very aggressive, going first to third, creating runs.
Pirates come into this one with a 43-30 record. They are 18-17 out on the road. 21-13 against the National League Central Division. That is Clint Hurdle right there, the former skipper of the Colorado Rockies, doing a nice job in his third season with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Their biggest issue, though, over the last couple of years is finishing off the season. They've gotten off to terrific starts, and it seems like, and perhaps maybe just because of the way the pitching staff has gone for Hurdle, both from the starting staff to the bullpen, that they've been able to overcome the lack of offense. But although there are some guys in that lineup who could certainly be incredibly good, Andrew McCutchen is the team leader offensively for the season. They got Pedro Alvarez, Starling Marte. I mean, there's a number of guys that could be very good in that lineup.
And Gabby Sanchez, too, with a lot of power from Marlin.
Well, the Angels have taken the field. There's Andrew McCutchen looking for his helmet. And we will give you the starting lineup for Clint Hurdle's Pittsburgh Pirates. Mentioned that 43-30 mark. At the start of the day, they are in third place in National League Central, 4 games back. And Starling Marte leading things off in left field. Russell Martin, the former Dodger, is behind the plate. Andrew McCutchen in center field, a dynamic player for the Pirates. Garrett Jones, the designated hitter. Pedro Alvarez, the third baseman, the product out of Vanderbilt. Gabby Sanchez over at first base. Neil Walker getting the start at second. It's Travis Snyder, the former Toronto Blue Jay, in right field. And Jordy Mercer gets a start at shortstop. And that starting line for the Bucks taking on Jared Weaver, who has struggled of late, comes into this one with a 1-3 mark and a 4.41 ERA.
But outstanding numbers in interleague play. 13-3 in his career in interleague play with a 2.47 since 2010. 7-0 with a 1.71. Great numbers overall at home here at the Big A. Also 53-21 at home for Weaver. Look for him to go out and exploit some of these younger hitters for Pittsburgh, especially with his great changeup.
Take a look at the defense behind Weaver tonight. Mike Trout is out of left field. Peter Borges is in center. Brad Hopp gets the start in place of Josh Hamilton in right field. Alberto Callasco, Eric Ibar, Howie Kendrick, and Albert Pujols around the infield from third to first. Hank Conger behind the plate, first time this year catching Jared Weaver.
And Brad Hopp in right field taking over for Josh Hamilton. Back in 06, had 16 outfield assists for the Colorado Rockies. That tells you what type of arm he has from the right field position. He's done that in a number of years throughout his career. Very good, accurate throwing arm from right field.
And Brad Hopp familiar with Clint Hurdle, who had him in Colorado. As a matter of fact, Hopp was in spring training with Pittsburgh and realized that they had too many first baseman outfielders, and that's why he was given the opportunity to go elsewhere. Other injury news, we mentioned Jason Vargas, and we don't know to the extent of which he's going to be out, estimating anywhere between 4 to 6 weeks. It all depends, but a blood clot found underneath his throwing arm, left armpit area, and he was placed on the 15-day disabled list. He was scheduled to get to start tomorrow. Jerome Williams will get that start instead. So our best to Jason and his family. Jared Weaver's first one tonight is in for a strike.
And the key is keeping Marte off the base if you're Jared Weaver. He's one of their best base stealers with 22 stolen bases. So a lot of speed for Starling Marte.
0-1 pitch, down and in. Evens up the count at 1-1. Marte, 24-year-old, native of the Dominican Republic, hitting .283. 6 home runs, 20 runs batted in. First full season in the big leagues. Played in 47 games for the Bucks last year. .257. Swing and a miss on the off speed. 1-2 now. You mentioned the stolen bases, 22 of 30 in that category. And 2 guys in the top 10 in the National League as far as stolen bases. Marte and Andrew McCutchen. Pittsburgh 4th in that category in the National League. 1-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. And we strike this one off with a punch out. There's out number 1.
Boy, good velocity upstairs. 90-mile-an-hour fastball from Weaver. And Marte swinging. Again, they will swing and miss, this Pittsburgh club. They're very aggressive. So you got to utilize that as a pitcher and force them to swing at pitches out of the strike zone, make pitchers pitches against them.
It's a Pirates team that has struck out 621 times this year, compared to that of their opponents who have struck out just 576 times. The Angels just over 500. Russell Martin steps in. It's the first one, and it's cut off by Alberto Callaspo. 2 outs.
A good play by Callaspo. Good read. It was an easier play for him as compared to Ibar had to use the backhand and a long throwing off-balance throw for him. Cuts it off, able to gather himself and throw at Russell Martin for the second out.
So 2 up and 2 down for Weaver. Here's Andrew McCutcheon, the center fielder. Got off to a slow start, but he's been swinging a hot bat since the end of April. Using his batting average, 287, 7 home runs, 35 runs batted in. He's the center fielder.
Special player here.
Fun player to watch, Florida native. First round pick of the Bucs back in 2005. 11th overall in 2005. As he looks at a strike. Just off the plate. Count leave it up at 1 ball, 1 strike.
When Hank Conger getting an opportunity to catch Weaver here. Very comfortable, setting up a good target on the outside part of the plate. Not a lot of wasted movement. Trying to keep pitches close to the corners to be able to get a few calls here and there.
2 balls and 1 strike. 8th time that Hank Conger has caught Jared Weaver. And the first since 2011. Back to June 14th of 2011.
Great ERA with him behind the plate. 0.19 for Weaver with Conger catching.
Missing down and away. Weaver a little frustrated with himself. 3 balls and 1 strike. Jared, of course, coming off that tough start against the New York Yankees. Matter of fact, just a tough inning against the New York Yankees.
That slider that backed up on him against Travis Hafner was the pitch.
5 runs, 7 hits, and 6 innings as he took the loss in that one. Full count now.
Well, if you're at Pittsburgh, you have not seen Weaver before. Majority of the players have not seen a whole lot out of Jared Weaver. First start against Pittsburgh. The reality is that deception he creates, very difficult to pick up the baseball your first time through or 2.
Here's the payoff pitch with 2 outs. This one's lined into the alley in left center field. It's a base hit. Borges over to cut it off. Does so to the backhand. McCutcheon trying to stretch it into a double, and he is in there.
21st double of the year for McCutcheon. Right out of the batter's box. We see that a lot with Borges and Trout. You think in terms of a double as soon as that baseball is hit. Hit well, an elevated fastball from Weaver. Nice job of being able to cut in that corner of the base and slide it in easily at second base. The real aggressive base hitters out of the box realize when the ball is hit, when they can take that chance to try to stretch it into a double. See it so often when Mike Trout, McCutcheon's one of those players too. As soon as he hit it, you realize even with Borges, with his speed and center, that he had an opportunity to get a double.
So man in scoring position here with 2 outs. Garrett Jones, the designated hitter, steps in. And the first one's a breaking pitch. This is out of the strike zone. 1 ball, no strikes. Jones hitting .264, has 6 home runs, 31 runs batted in, 15 doubles as well. Two and 0. Weaver struck out Marte to start off the ball game. Got Russell Martin on 1 pitch and ground out to third. McCutcheon on a 3-2 count, doubling to the alley in left center. Only win for Jared was back on May 29th, right here against the Dodgers. Considerable amount of time on the disabled list. This good on speed. 2-1.
Better feel for that curveball, especially in a fastball count for Weaver.
Eric Ibar playing Jones up the middle, trying to keep McCutchen close to the back. And because of that slow curveball, 87, and he's late on it.
Yeah, I was going to say he missed it by a lot. At 87, most times when you throw an 87-mile-an-hour fastball located like that, you're backing up a base. But because of the pitch before, it's 72. Late on it.
Here comes the 2-2. Just inside, full count.
Yeah, tried that no-seam fastball, tried to run it back, but it stayed true. It stayed along that plane and just missed the inside corner.
Pedro Alvarez, the third baseman, is on deck. 16 pitches thrown by Weaver, 9 strikes. And a payoff. A bouncer to first. Albert's got it on 2 hops, waves off Weaver. And the inning comes to an end. So the 2-out double stranded in scoring position. We will head to the bottom of the first. It'll be Ibar, Trout, and Pujols to face Garrett Cole with no score. The bottom of the first inning. We'll check out the starting 9 as presented by Mike Socha. Jared Weaver had to work a little bit to get through that first inning. Eric Ibar will lead things off. He is at shortstop. Mike Trout at left. Albert Pujols at first. Mark Trumbo serves as the DH tonight. Howie Kendrick is at second. Alberto Callaspo at third. Brad Hopp will bat 7th and play right field. Hank Conger getting the start behind the plate. And it's Peter Borges batting 9th and patrolling center field as they take on the 22-year-old right-hander, native of Southern California. Former first-round pick, first overall pick just a couple of years ago out of UCLA, Garrett Cole.
Garrett Cole, fastball 93 to 98. Occasionally will top 100 miles an hour with his fastball. Curveball, changeup, a lot of fastballs. Nearly 80% of his pitches so far in 2 starts. Fastball, command of his curveball hasn't been quite there yet.
2 starts in his big league career, highly touted prospect. Originally product of Orange Lutheran High School, was a first-round pick after his senior season. 28th overall by the New York Yankees, elected not to sign with New York, went to UCLA, spent 3 years there, and then selected first overall by the Pirates. Of course, coming back home, a lot of friends, family in attendance, probably a lot of nerves, built up anticipation for this start.
That's the key for the Angels here against Cole, is get him early, because he will be probably overthrowing the fastball early on, because you have that adrenaline and butterflies knowing you have all these families and friends, and you know you've been an Angel fan as a kid.
Ibar had a 2-for-4 game last night, a couple of runs batted in, hitting .275 overall. That one is in there. 0-2 count. Breaking pitch, it's in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The numbers for Garrett Cole in his first 2 starts, interesting in that a guy that possesses great stuff. We've just seen the fastball up in the mid to upper 90s. 12 innings of work, 14 hits, and only 3 strikeouts. No walks, but only 3 strikeouts, and being told that so far anyways, the transition for him from the minor leagues to the big leagues, the only hiccup has been is that he's overthrown that slider. He's got a devastating slider, but he continues to overthrow it.
And that's the thing. You're trying to force that in.
This one's popped up. Mercer, the shortstop, drifting out, and he makes the catch. And there is out number 1. Let's check out the Bucs defensively. Marte in left, Hutchins in center, Snyder in right, Alvarez, Mercer, Walker, and Sanchez around the infield from third to first, and Russell Martin behind the plate.
And Pedro Alvarez at third base. We both are big fans of him as far as swinging the bat and playing defensively, but 13 errors at third base, which is the most by any third baseman in Major League Baseball this season. Mostly on the throw across the diamond. Very athletic and a strong throwing arm, but at times not accurate with it.
And Mike Trout hits a sharp one hopper over to first. Nice play by Gabby Sanchez. Feeds Garrett Cole. 2 outs. So you would figure with the errors that Alvarez has racked up this year that Borges, Trout, even Ibar trying to test him over at third base.
Yeah, you have to force him to see if he can make a play on a slow bunt down the line. That'll be the key. You got to force the issue with Alvarez. See if that can play into his mind. And you're going to see a lot of first pitch swinging against Cole, too, because he throws so many fastballs. That might be your best pitch to hit, the first pitch fastball.
He's retired the first 2 on a pop to short, a ground ball to first. Now facing Albert Pujols. The first one's down and away. Albert had a 2-for-5 game last night with a couple of runs batted in. 265 batting average, 12 home runs, 46 RBIs on the year. One ball, 1 strike. Let's take a look at our Hyundai key to the game tonight.
Being the first day of summer, Brad Paisley beat this summer. This is when you have to start turning on as a team. With a win last night for the Angels, that's the momentum you need to have going, and you have your ace on the hill going tonight.
Tied him up with a fastball at 97, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Borges was fantastic last night, as were many of the guys, as Albert swings and misses in a 1-2-3 inning for Garrett Cole. So 1 complete here at the Big A, and we are scoreless. Of tonight's game is being brought to you by the Minions flying the Despicable, Universal's animated comedy Despicable Me 2 in theaters July the 3rd. Jared Weaver back to work.
Cool shot.
No doubt. It's a little creepy, but looks cool.
He's keeping an eye on us, I think.
To say the least.
Yes.
Alvarez, Sanchez, and Walker, the 3 batters here for Pittsburgh in the second. 1-2-3 inning for Garrett Cole. Alvarez looks at a strike. Third baseman hitting .223, 16 home runs, 48 runs batted in. Team leader in RBIs. On the first round pick himself. That pitch is down and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Second overall in 2008 out of Vanderbilt University. Alvarez born in the Dominican Republic, raised in New York. 1-1 upstairs. 2 balls and 1 strike. A lot of power, but a guy that's susceptible to the punch out.
And he can be really aggressive at the plate. Expand the strike zone.
Does have a 5-game hitting streak currently. The 2-1. Breaking ball drops in there. Evens up the count. '84 strikeouts on the year for Pedro Alvarez. The 2-2. Breaking ball. Started to offer at it, but held up. So full count now.
Yeah, you would think that Weaver would be able to throw his curveball and or changeup against him tonight. Boy, how he snaps that wrist to create that great downward action on that pitch. Almost got Alvarez to swing at it.
.3-2 pitch. Swing in the air and out to right field she goes. Brad Hoff is back and Pittsburgh's up 1-0. Alvarez with his 17th home run of the season.
It's like we said about Alvarez, when you make a mistake, he's got tremendous power. He's able to elevate his swing on a high fastball and make very good contact on that pitch and turns and hits it out to right field. 17th home run, 49th RBI for Alvarez. That's not an easy pitch, especially for a left-handed batter. Most left-handed batters you think in terms of low ball hitters, but that pitch is up almost letter high and hits it out.
Here's Gabby Sanchez, the first baseman. He takes a little slider on the corner for a strike. You surprised that it was a fastball?
Yeah, especially because, like we've talked about it, Alvarez is a guy that does strike out a lot. So a 3-2 count, that's when you can throw an all-speed pitch. I love throwing a 3-2 slider because I always felt guys are looking for fastballs. They're more apt to chase.
Sanchez sharply hit over to second base. Kendrick's got it. Gabby's retired for the first out here in the second. Home run that Weaver gave up to Alvarez. The 5th that he's allowed this year.
4th versus left-handed batters this year. Over the last few seasons, lefties have really struggled against Weaver.
Pirates came in batting .238 as a team, 11th in the National League. .224 against lefties, 242 against right-handers. This is Neil Walker, the second baseman. Switch hitter batting .244, 5 home runs, 21 runs batted in as he thought about offering at it. The Angels play from behind. Down 1-0 here in the second. This one's out to left. Chasing Trout back several steps. Drops. Hey, tomorrow night, the Angels postgame summer concerts return with a country concert featuring Big and Rich, presented by Budweiser in association with K-Frog. Experience the concert up close on the field and purchase your wristband at angels.com/concerts.
Should be a good concert after the game.
Yeah. Remember, that's a 7:05 start tomorrow night. Two outs, nobody on for Travis Snyder, the right fielder. Blue Jay prospect, 236 with Pittsburgh this year. 3 home runs and 20 runs batted in. Washington State native. As that breaking ball is in there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pirates in town for 3. They will head up to Seattle to play a 2-game series against the Mariners. The Angels will head out on the road on Monday. 3 in Detroit, 3 in Houston on their next road trip. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Snyder 1 for 8 in his career versus Weaver. It's confrontation when he was a member of the Toronto Blue Jays.
He came over last year in a trade with Toronto. Alvarez and Russell Martin talking things over.
Martin's faced Weaver a number of times as a member of the Dodgers and Yankees.
This one kind of like a broken bat looper out to right center field. It's a base hit. Hop gets the baseball back in. 2 out knock. And there's a man on for Jordy Mercer. A lot of hitters count so far tonight for Jared Weaver.
Still trying to get a feel. The conversations I've had with Weaver over the last couple of weeks is still getting a feel for the baseball. Now he's all about touch as far as his curveball and his changeup and slider. His fastball velocity is going to be 86 to 90, a couple 90-mile-an-hour fastballs so far tonight. But it's all about the feel for his secondary pitches, so important for him. And commanding his fastball to make those pitches better.
First one's in for a strike. Mercer hitting .272. 3 home runs and 6 RBIs. A 26-year-old Oklahoma State product. This is hitting the air to deep left field. This one will chase Trout back. Still going back, and that is gone. A 2-run home run for Jordy Mercer, and it's 3-0 Pittsburgh. 4th home run of the season.
It looked like another pitch that was elevated. And Weaver didn't get down exactly where he wanted to throw it. And this Pittsburgh club, which has struggled to score a couple home runs here in this inning. Fastball that didn't get quite inside enough. Had his hand through the baseball and hits it out for a 2-run home run.
And again, it's been on the fastball. It seems like the off-speed pitches have been somewhat effective as Marte slices this one foul. And down a play down the right field line.
Well, like we said, this Pittsburgh club is aggressive at the plate. They're looking and hoping to get a fastball because they don't want to be in a situation where they have to deal with Weaver's changeup or curveball or even a slider.
Is it perhaps one of those moments where you overthink the situation? As Marte pops this one up on the first base side. Pujols near the dugout. There's the catch. The inning cups one out, but not before. And we'll finish that conversation a little bit later. 2 home runs for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Pedro Alvarez and Jordy Mercer. We head to the bottom of the second. The Bucks up 3-0. Of the year, Jordy Mercer on the right, a 2-run shot, his 4th of the year. Pittsburgh is up by the score of 3-0 as we start this bottom of the second inning. Garrett Cole had himself a 1-2-3 first inning, including the strikeout of Albert Pujols.
And interesting when you look at his grip on this fastball here to be able to finish off Pujols. A two-seam fastball, but his fingers are on each side of the seam, and then it pronates his wrist to be able to create downward action. That pitch at 93 miles an hour. That's not an easy pitch to be able to throw. So you have your fingers offsetting right here. Normal two-seam fastball inside here on the other side, and then when we talk about pronate, he turns his wrist over to be able to create that downward action at 93. That's not an easy thing to be able to do.
That's a pretty good two-seam fastball at 93 miles per hour.
With great movement, all you can do, if you make contact at all as a hitter, you're going to pull that ball foul or off your leg.
Trumbo, Kendrick, and Callaspo here against the right-hander. Trumbo swings the first one and skies one on the first base side. This one's headed toward the seats. 0-1 count on Mark. Trumbo had a 1-for-4 game yesterday and a big one. 3-run home run, 17th of the year, now with 50 runs batted in. This is lined to center field. It's going to hang up for Andrew McCutcheon. That ball was squared up, but it's the first down here in the second.
When that's all you can do as a hitter at that point. Is a good pitch by Cole, was down, but hit even better by Trumbo. But McCutcheon very good in center field, didn't have to move at all. Retrieved the first out. Good approach, good swing. This did result in come there as far as a base hit.
Yeah, Snyder plays a very deep right field. McCutcheon pretty much straight up at center. Same for Marte in left. Here's Howie Kendrick.
Snyder's playing unbelievably deep against Kendrick.
Might even be holding up the wall out in right field.
I know Howie's got that great inside-out approach, but he hits baseballs more on the line to that part of the field.
You show us on the telestrator where Travis Snyder's at?
I'm looking for somebody in the stands right now.
Down to San Diego County.
Yes. Maybe he's hanging out at Orange Lutheran, where Garrett Cole used to pitch.
1 ball, 1 strike on Kendrick. 2 for 5 last night. .330 batting average. 1-2. Now with 8 home runs, 36 runs batted in. Halos last night with 17 hits against Seattle. That is line foul into the netting in front of those dugout suites.
Down one at 100. So he creates a couple different angles with his fastball. There's a 4-seam fastball, 2-seam fastball.
Inside out over to Gabby Sanchez. Waves off Cole. That's 5 up and 5 down for Garrett Cole. 2 outs here in the second, and Alberto Callaspo coming up.
I remember when he was at Orange Lutheran High School and I was coaching at Chaminade against him when he was in high school. He had a very, very, very good curveball. You can almost hear it break it through in the air. Now he's more so with his slider than he is his curveball. But once he gets a better feel for that pitch, you see why he was a #1 pick overall. And when you think about who he's faced so far, Tim Lincecum, Zach Greinke, and now Jerry Weaver, the first 3 pitchers he has faced. 2 Cy Young Award winners and a 20-game winner. First 3 starts.
Callaspo looks at a strike. Alberto 2 for 3, couple of walks. A very big walk, the bases loaded walk that brought in the winning run last night. .258 batting average, 4 home runs at 25 runs batted in. Two and 1. Cole last year, 3 stops in the minor leagues overall. 9-7 mark. 2.80 ERA in 26 starts. This one's looped foul. 2-2. Had 3 starts in June. 2 in the big leagues and 1 at AAA. That was back on June the 5th. His first big league start, June the 11th. picked up the win, going 6 1/3, giving up 2 runs against the Dodgers. Both of those starts, by the way, at home at PNC Park. On the 16th, 3 runs against the Dodgers, 7 hits, and 5 2/3. Here's a payoff. Swing and a miss. Callaspo goes down, chasing that 2-seam fastball. 1-2-3 inning yet again. Second strikeout for Cole. We're through 2. Pittsburgh leads it. Against Jared Weaver. Now we start at the top of the 3rd inning. We'll take a look at our AT&T Twitter poll question of the series. Who's the bigger star from the Pittsburgh area? How about that? Mark Cuban, Christina Aguilera, or Joe Montana?
It's a tough one for you today, Victor.
No, it's not. Not really.
Come on.
The hashtags are on the right. Send us your tweet at Fox Sports West.
You're not digging the Shark Tank? You ever see that show?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Shark Tank. Breaking ball.
I think you like the voice better. That's what it is, Victor.
What was the question again? Hold on. What was the question again? Is it the biggest star from Pittsburgh? The biggest star. Bigger. 0-2 count on Russell Martin. He'll be followed by Andrew McCutchen and Garrett Jones.
I hear you singing all the time, so it must be the voice.
I'm a big Christina.
Yeah. No, there's no doubt.
With an X.
Yes.
Christina.
Yes.
Yeah. Back to Basics 1 was fantastic.
Yes.
Here's the 0-2. Upstairs, Russell Martin swung at the very first pitch he saw in the first inning. It grounded out to 3rd, so he's 0 for 1. That's a great question.
I was thinking about Dean Martin in there, too, but love Dean.
Off speed, just off the plate. Weaver wanted that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Breaking pitch popped up. Howie Kendrick backpedaling a couple of steps. 1 away.
Now here's tonight's Coors Light. Cold, hard fact. This Pittsburgh club has turned it around. Clint Hurdle did a tremendous job. 43-30. The longest losing streak each of the last 20 seasons, which is the longest in Major League history. It's been a long time since this Pirate club has won some consistent baseball games. But Clint Hurdle, a couple years in a row, but this year in particular, very, very good. Great pitching staff, outstanding bullpen. Cold Hard Fact is brought to you by Cross Brew Coors Light.
McCutchen loops one out to right. Brad Hopp is there. 2 outs.
Like 20 straight losing seasons for the Pirates. Phillies back from 33 to 48 at 16. The Red Sox and the Athletics at 15 straight, but the Pirates stand alone as far as the longest losing streaks in Major League history. Great unis, though, they've had over those years.
All-time great unis. Yeah, last year after the All-Star break, played 15 games under 500 at 31-46. See where they're at right now. 4 games back of the St. Louis Cardinals in the Central.
It's a pretty good games against Cincinnati this finished up. It's a great division right now. It used to be one of the losing divisions.
This one down the left field line. It's got a chance to be fair, and it is. Into the corner she goes. Garrett Jones on his way to second, and another 2-out hit for Pittsburgh. Yeah, there's no love lost between the Bucks and the Reds all of a sudden.
No, not at all.
Garrett Jones picking up his 16th double of the year. 1 for 2 now.
When it's going the other way for a team that hasn't hit real well this season. This .238 batting average is a team. They've had some pretty good approaches against one of the best pitchers in the game, in Jared Weaver.
Came in batting .233 in the month of June. 5 hits tonight. Here's Pedro Alvarez. Homer to lead off the second inning. 17th of the year now with 49 RBIs. And Conger's going to go out and talk things over with Jared. It's been a while since we've seen back-to-back starts. Jared Weaver give up crooked numbers in innings.
He's been able to stay away from that for the last 4 or 5 years. Even with some base runners on, he's always been able to make that perfect pitch to minimize damage. You don't see that too often where Weaver's not on the winning side.
Off speed is in there. Evens up the count.
See the frustration at times when Weaver's trying to deliver a pitch. I mentioned in the first inning, he's a feel type pitcher. He has that feel for the baseball, how he's able to place it on both sides of the plate consistently. All 4 quadrants of the strike zone, up and down, in and out with all his pitches.
Off the end of the bat on the changeup, Howie Kendrick had to go a long way. He's not going to get him. That ball kept running away. The spin took it away from Howie, and then just had trouble transferring it from glove to bare hand, so it goes an infield base hit.
He couldn't really get his foot set at all to be able to make a throw over, and Alvarez runs well enough to beat that one out. Good changeup. Just rolling it up the middle as he tried to get a handle of it, could not do so. Then an off-balance throw, no chance to get him out. All of a sudden, you got a big part of the game here for Weaver and the Angels.
Gabby Sanchez, the first baseman, is up. Grounded out sharply to Kendrick. Takes outside for ball 1. Sanchez coming over last year to trade with the Marlins. Drafted by the Fish. University of Miami back in 2005, a 4th round selection. 2-0. Hey, talking about the top of the second, the inning ended when Albert made the catch in the pop-up, mentioning Jared Weaver, and the mentality being that, hey, you know what, I look at the lineup, they haven't faced me. Russell Martin, Brandon Inge, the only guys with considerable amount of ABs. Maybe I can get away with 86 to 88, 89 on the fastball as opposed to staying with my bread and butter being the off speed as he falls behind now 3-0.
Well, I think, when you look at Weaver, especially as he's starting to try to get a feel back from coming back from the disabled list, it's been a difficult task for him so far. You spot your fastball, but still you go back to your changeup and curveball for me until you get a better feel for those pitches, and then you start going more aggressively with the fastball.
3-0. Broken bat bouncer to short. Ibar goes the short way, and they force out Alvarez. The inning comes to an end. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 left on. We'll head to the bottom of the third. Halos down 3-0. Third, Garrett Cole has faced 6 batters, and he has retired all 6.
And coming up later in the game, we'll have the Carl's Jr. Sports Update. Tonight's headlines: a World Series rematch. The Bay Area basher continues to roll.
Bay Area, huh?
A little Bay City Rollers for you, too, with a little reference in there, too, for you. Just for fun.
Saturday night?
Yeah.
Do you remember the Bay City Rollers cartoon on Saturday mornings?
No.
Mike Butcher, Jared Weaver talked things over. Jared gave up 3 runs in the second. Back-to-back 2-out hits in the third. Brad Hopp trying to bunt his way on, pushes the bunt foul over to Dino Evil.
Yeah, and it looked like during that conversation with Mike Butcher and Jared Weaver, he's basically saying with his motion with his hands, expand the strike zone, avoid middle, use both sides of the plate with your all-speed pitch. Just judging by his body language in the conversation with Weaver, that's the conversation I think it's going on right now with Butcher and Weaver. Off-speed, your fastball velocity not necessarily here, only a couple 90-mile-an-hour fastballs, but go with your off-speed, and then when they start looking, then that fastball at 87, 88 looks that much firmer, and you got a chance to get by him.
2 balls and 1 strike on Brad Hopp. 2 for 7 as an Angel. Overshift on Brad Hopp. 3 infielders on the right side. Pedro Alvarez, the third baseman, is at the shortstop position. Hopp drops a bunt on the third base side, but it's too close to the mound. Will retire him for the first out. Not a bad idea, but not a very well executed bunt.
If he gets it by Cole, it's going to be a base hit for him. You try to get some base runners to get on the board and get back in the game.
One out, nobody on for Hank Conger, the catcher. Catching Jared Weaver for the first time this year. .253 average, 4 home runs, 9 runs batted in for Hank. This one's in there for a strike. Pirates keep the overshift on, although Alvarez more towards third base than he was with Hopp. Three runs, 6 hits, no errors, 3 left on for the Pirates. Goose eggs on the board for the Angels.
Well, when you look at what Cole has done so far, his fastball is anywhere between 92 and 101. He can do a lot with that one pitch.
It's fouled off to the left. He hasn't had to go to the secondary pitch. He's staying with 4-seam and 2-seam fastballs.
And again, you got to keep in mind also, this is the first time that the Angel hitters have seen him at any level. Especially when you think it down to spring training. They're in Florida, in Bradenton, Florida, and of course the Angels in Tempe, so you're not seeing him even in spring training, so you don't have a book on him at all other than your scouting reports.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And there's at times when you watch him throw a fastball, he doesn't finish off necessarily the fastball. He doesn't follow all the way through, so he will elevate some fastball. That's why he's given up 14 hits and 12 innings pitched so far this year coming into this game.
Full count now. Yeah, and all you can do is rely on scouting tapes, word of mouth.
Yeah,
guys are saying as they come back to the dugout.
Yeah, you want to be able to see the pitcher first. You always have the advantage the first time through when you're a pitcher you haven't been seen before.
Down the line, that is a foul ball. Kind of weird in that Jim Joyce waited to see what Ed Hickox, the home plate umpire, was going to call.
One hit well by Conger, turned on that one.
Peter Borges on deck. Here's another 3-2. Hank shoots one through the hole on the left side with that overshift on. Conger's on board with a 1-out single. Hank busting out of the box. Thinking to, but stops at first.
Yeah, McCutcheon covers a lot of ground in center field. Good idea for Hank Conger to be settling on a base hit. Pitch away, went through the baseball and went the other way and through the shift and into the outfield.
First hit, first base runner of the night for the Angels. Here's Peter Borges. Borges ended up going 3 for 4 yesterday. RBI, stolen base, and 3 runs scored. Shoots this one out towards shallow center field. There's a flare single. We saw plenty of those last night. So back-to-back hits for the Angels.
And see how much that can affect Cole now. Young pitcher, make a pitch. Get jammed, a flare in there. Pitching out of the stretch now. Hasn't done that yet in the game. Now the second time through the lineup. That similar pitch, 2-seam fastball, jams him. But Borges still, even though he was jammed, was going through the baseball, inside out, short, compact swing, fights it off.
And Cole having to work from the stretch for the first time. Here's Eric Ibar, 2 on, 1 out. Halos down 3-0. Ibar popped out to the shortstop, Mercer, the first inning. It was out to shallow left field. One ball, no strikes. Well, he's got some serious giddy up on that fastball.
And there's no question. And the one thing, if you watch his body language, because he's very competitive, you can see, you can force him to field his position, step out of the batter's box, frustrate him if you can.
Skied out to right field. Playable for Snyder. Ibar got underneath that one. Snyder, I think, thought that was the 3rd out of the inning. He was going to flip the ball to Andrew McCutcheon.
McCutcheon alertly said, no, get that into the cutoff man.
Psych.
He's like, hey, what are you doing? Get that baseball in.
So 2 outs, 2 on for Trout.
Great confrontation right here. Boy, young stars, major league level, power fastball. Great hitter in here. Mike Trout, short, compact swing, hits all fields.
Took a hack at the first pitch he saw in the first inning and hit one sharply to Gabby Sanchez at first base.
4-hit performance last night.
On base 5 times. Also intentionally walked to get down with Pujols. Looks at a strike.
Well, we were talking to Albert Pujols before the game, and he said, has he ever seen that before? And he had that look like, no. He was really surprised that they did walk Trout to get to him. He said, I don't blame him at that point. But the reality is Albert Pujols is Albert Pujols. One of the best ever.
This is hit out to straightaway center field. Andrew McCutchen is back, and it's playable for him. Shy of the track, the inning comes to an end. So the Angels get a couple of men on and leave them stranded. We've played 3 here at the Big A. 3-0 Pittsburgh. The Halos down 3-0 as we start this 4th inning. Jared Weaver back to work, trying to kind of figure things out for himself. Even though he allowed no runs in that 3rd inning, did give up a double to Garrett Jones, and the infield base hit to Pedro Alvarez before getting Gabby Sanchez a hit in the fielder's choice. Here in the 4th inning, it's the bottom 3rd of the order. Walker, Snyder, and Mercer for Pittsburgh. Neil Walker, native of Pittsburgh, PA. How come he's not in your AT&T Twitter poll question of the series?
He could be in there after we're done with the series, just in case he got hot during this 3-game set.
You don't want to make him a bigger star than he actually is.
No, I'm going to make him earn his way on there.
0-1 pitch. In there, 0-2. Walker to fly ball to left field in the 2nd, so he's 0 for 1. .53 pitches thrown by Weaver. 33 have been strikes. 1 strikeout, no walks, 6 hits allowed.
Going upstairs with a fastball. That one's still 86 miles an hour from Weaver.
And that grazed him. That's a hit by pitch.
Well, he even turned into that pitch.
So he is on board.
They're the ones, though, as a pitcher, you get pretty frustrated with. You're going inside, and he actually turns into this pitch.
He grazed his uniform, right?
They're saying it hit his elbow.
Still the leadoff man is on board. Here's Travis Snyder. Singled his first time up. The pitches for Weaver per inning consistent in that he threw 17 in the 1st, 18 in the 2nd, 16 in the 3rd. Good lead for Walker at first base. Snyder fouls it back. Snyder just 25 years of age still.
I remember when he first came up with Toronto, they thought he was going to be a star up there for the Jays. Maybe rushed him up a little bit too quickly.
Yeah, first round pick by the Blue Jays in 06, 14th overall.
Had a tough time hitting breaking pitches.
1 ball, 2 strikes. He's 20 years old. If I remember correctly, when he got called up in 08. 24 games that year, 77 games the following year, 82. Never was just given the opportunity. Here you go get him. Here's 550 plate appearances. Now let's see what you got. He was on that shuttle between the big leagues and AAA.
And it's hard to do, especially as a young position player. And then you come to the fact is every time you come to the plate, you're trying to hit a 500-foot home run instead of just having your quiet approach at the plate. You get consistent at-bats, and they're telling you you're going to get your 500, 600 at-bats during the season. You'll remain consistent as the season progresses.
One-two pitch. Lined out to right field. Brad Hopp, a little bit of a stutter step, gets back there, makes the catch. 1 out. Ball has some carry on it, especially on an off-speed pitch. One-handed swing. That pretty good giddy up. 1 out.
Speaking of well-hit baseball, let's take a look at our AT&T U-verse rewind. Jordy Mercer, his last at bat in the second inning with 1 on. The pitch on the inner half of the plate, an 85-mile-an-hour fastball, turns on and hits it out for his 4th home run, 8th RBI of the season. It's pretty good numbers with runners on for Mercer, 424. This is empty, though, this 211 hitter.
Home run that he hit in the second, 4th of the year, now with 8 runs batted in. Check in on Walker at first, hit by a pitch on a 1-2 count, grazed by a pitch. 6 hits for Pittsburgh, 2 for the Angels. Halo's finally breaking through. Gets Garrett Cole, a couple of back-to-back hits by Conger and Borges in the 3rd. That competitive nature, you can just tell, eating at him right now.
Can't find a guy more competitive on the mound than Jared Weaver. There's no question about that.
1 ball, 1 strike. Tempo is slowed down as well, too, his last couple of starts.
I was just going to say the same thing. He's usually a guy that grabs a baseball and attacks the strike zone right away.
Third straight batter in which Weaver's gotten ahead of the count at 1-2. The other thing, too, aside from the fastball, location-wise, four-seamer, that two-seamer to lefties has been ineffective. Hasn't gotten it to kind of come back.
No, it stayed true on that same line that he's thrown at. A lot of times we'll start at the left-hander's hip and bring it back in the inside corner. He can do it against a righty, too. Start off the plate and catch the corner.
Walker takes off and is cut on and fouled back. So Walker will head back to first base. There's one stolen base on the year, has been caught twice. Pittsburgh scoring their 3 runs in the second. Solo home run by Pedro Alvarez. 2-run shot by this young man at the plate, Jordy Mercer. Leadoff man Starling Marte is on deck. Called strike 3 on the outside corner with a fastball, 2 outs.
Now that was a good fastball from Weaver. Paints the corner at 88. You can't throw a pitch any better than that. You're talking about hitting that bottom quadrant of the strike zone, outside corner. Great location.
Two outs, a man at first. Starling Marte, the left fielder, takes a breaking ball down and away. Marte's 0 for 2, a strikeout in the first inning. It popped down in foul territory in the second. Good off-speed pitch there. .67 pitches thrown by Jared so far. 42 have been strikes.
We're just judging at some of the approaches and swings so far for Pittsburgh and haven't really chased a lot of pitches out of the strike zone. A pretty good plan and good scouting reports against Weaver. For a club that struck out as much as they have this season, they haven't chased a lot.
This would bounce foul at the third baseline. Clint Hurdle, the manager, flashing his signs over to Nick Leyva.
You remember when he first came up to the major leagues with the Kansas City Royals, he was supposed to be an absolute superstar.
They called him Phenom, didn't they, in Sports Illustrated, cover boy?
Yep.
This one's fouled off to the right. Walker was on the move. Well, Walker will head back over to first base. Just never quite lived up to that hype coming up with the Royals.
Could run, had power, definitely a 5-tool player.
Two balls, 2 strikes, and again Marte, just like Walker did, leaning into that pitch. Was trying to get hit by it.
That's one of those things as a pitcher, that's kind of got you upset on occasion when you see a batter leaning over and trying to get hit with a pitch.
Walker started to go, and Albert Pujols had a conversation with Jim Joyce. Walker was leaning.
Weaver has one of the quicker moves you're going to see from the right side. He was going. And he gets that hand going back towards the back of the base. We were back in 2011, had 6 pickoffs. He's got 18 in his career.
Walker takes off the 2-2 out to center. Borges can't see it. Still looking for it. Now he finds it. It's a one-hopper off the fence. 1 run will come in, and Marte ends up at third. It is 4-0 Pittsburgh. Never saw it.
Yeah, right away looked up, threw up his hands.
It'll go as a triple for Marte.
where right away he's going back, and he has no idea where the baseball's at, hoping at some point, because he went back, to be able to track and pick it up. In the last second, all he can hope for is it bounces over the wall for a ground rule double. If it does so, that might prevent the run from scoring, although Walker was going. It would be up to the umpire's discretion if he would have been able to score on that baseball if it did bounce out.
Russell Martin looks at an off-speed pitch for a strike. Sixth triple for Marte. Picks up his 21st RBI. Russell Martin 0 for 2. Ground ball to third and a pop up to second. One ball, one strike. Pitch count continuing to rise for Weaver. Here's the 1-1. 1-2. Marte standing at third base. 1-2 to Martin. This one's in the air to center. Borges is tracking this one. The inning comes to an end, but not before a two-out run comes across at a ball that Borges just could not find. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Palos down 4-0. If the Angels get something going here against Garrett Cole with 3, 4, and 5 coming up. Pujols, Trumbo, and Kendrick. The Angels finally got a couple of base runners against Cole, who had not allowed a base runner. He retired the first 7 to start the ball game, but then gave up a couple of back-to-back hits, and then a couple of fly ball outs by Ibar and Trout.
And Trout dismissed that one.
Yeah.
Now it's time for a head and shoulders. The whiff. Garrett Cole into the game with just 3 strikeouts, even though he possesses 99 on the fastball. That two-seam fastball, 93, runs down and in on Pujols, and then down and away against Callaspo for 2 strikeouts for Garrett Cole. He can throw that two-seamer very well, 4-seamer, anywhere between 92 and 100 miles an hour with his 2 different fastballs so far tonight.
Just 38 pitches to get through 3 innings. He struck out Pujols in the first inning. So Albert is 0 for 1. Goes with a breaking ball first pitch. 0-1 count. Count even up now. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cole does not waste a whole lot of time or wasted energy out on the mound. So he's right near the pitching rubber. Way inside. 2-1 now.
Boy, Pujols with outstanding career numbers against Pittsburgh has never faced Cole before. A .364 career hitter with 48 home runs and 145 RBI.
Breaking pitch, tap foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And a couple of good breaking balls in this at bat to get down. Swing and a miss, down a 92-mile-per-hour pitch. 1 out.
That would appear to be a four-seam fastball. When the rotation of his fastball is so different than most fastballs you will see.
Almost slider-like. Trumbull looks at a strike.
It's almost as if he's throwing a cut fastball, but he doesn't have that as part of his repertoire yet.
Trumbull hit a fly ball to center field to second. He's 0 for 1. It was more of a line drive to Andrew McCutcheon than it was a fly ball.
Very similar numbers from last year to this year for Trumbo.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Howie Kendrick on deck. 1 out here in the 4th. Pittsburgh with 3 in the 2nd, 1 in the 4th. Full countdown. Third major league start. First here at home, if you will. So the California native. This one pulled over to third. Alvarez bobbles it for a second. Picks it up, fires to first, and he gets Trumbo a couple of steps for round number 2. Tonight's broadcast is on AFN, the American Forces Network, broadcasting to the U.S. Armed Forces, serving in 175 countries and aboard ships at sea. They're watching everywhere around the world, through Germany, Italy, Southwest Asia, South Korea, and Japan. We welcome you. We thank you for your service.
Thank you so much. You can see that arm that Alvarez has at third, even though it was a well-hit baseball by Trumbo. Got in front of it on the ground and then fires it across the diamond.
Howie fouls it straight back, and it's an 0-1 count.
This baseball was crushed again. Tough hop, stayed with it, and then still a strong throw across to get Trumbo, who runs well.
Off the end of the bat towards first. Gabby Sanchez waves off pull. And a 1-2-3 inning for the young right-hander. 4 complete here at Angel Stadium. 4-0 Pittsburgh.
Reverse TV. Check availability at 1-800-PIC-ATT. Rethink possible. By CarMax. Start the search for your next car at CarMax. CarMax. Start here. And by your Southern California Toyota dealers.
Top of the fifth inning here at the Big A. Pittsburgh's on top by the score of 4-0. 7 hits, including 2 home runs. Alvarez a solo shot. And Mercer a 2-run shot, both of those occurring in the second. Pittsburgh got that 4th run on a fly ball off the bat of Marte that Peter Borges just never saw, and that brought home Neil Walker. 3, 4, and 5 for the Bucks here in the 5th. It's Andrew McCutchen taking low for ball 1. McCutchen doubled in the 1st inning and was stranded there. A fly ball to right field in the 3rd inning. 1 for 2 tonight.
Back-to-back fastballs at 86 for Weaver.
McCutchen lifts this one out. A couple of steps into the outfield. Just behind second base. Now Kendrick is there. 1 out.
Now let's take a look at our Coors Light freeze cam. Can I explain the difference in the arm angle from Jerry Weaver from early part of last season till what you see here tonight? The arm angle more straight over the top here from this side and then straight down. You can see how much of a difference it is for him there. It's part over here. A lot more space between Weaver's arm angle, 3/4 compared to more straight up and down with the fastball. That's the difference beginning part till now. I talked to Weaver about that over the last couple of weeks. He started doing it last season to alleviate discomfort in the shoulder, be able to make sure it's a more comfortable arm slot for him. What he had, he said, back at Long Beach State, that 3/4 delivery is compared to more straight over the top.
That's down the right field line, and that is a fair ball. Jones doubled on the left field line in the 3rd inning. Will pick up a double here in the 5th. Slow breaking ball. Jones, a couple of doubles, now has 17 on the year.
And we'll take a look at the delivery and through the baseball from the full windup here for Weaver, trying to create that arm angle. That was a breaking ball that just stayed out over the plate. Well, what you see is a different angle for him, more over the top, that was better for his curveball and even his changeup when he's more over the top. And that's why his slider has been more consistent at times this year because of a 3/4 delivery.
Alvarez takes upstairs, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Can you get caught in between, though?
Yeah,
because
that's
those 2 arm angles at different types of pitches, and perhaps, yeah, the slider's good, but you're still trying to throw that curveball and a changeup at a different arm angle that has been better in a different spot.
And I think part of the reason why, Victor, he went to that arm angle because, one, it's more comfortable for him. There's no discomfort. See, when we talk about getting up at this angle right here, Weaver throws up at this angle normally last year. Now he's dropped that elbow and shoulder down just enough. It's not a lot, but it's enough where he can create action with his slider this way and then run the ball away. But he was up here, much more conducive for his curveball and, of course, his changeup running away when he's a little bit higher in his arm angle.
That off-speed pitch was up in the strike zone, 1 and 2.
And we said so many times over the years with Jared Weaver, he competes as well as anybody. And he's trying to find an arm angle where he's comfortable and he can be effective and still be the ace of the staff and still take his turn every 5 days out there.
83 pitches for the right-hander. The 1-2 upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Now he's thrown 84 pitches in the game tonight, Jared Weaver. He's had 15 pitches that are 88 miles an hour and above. Now he's not 99 or 100 with his fastball, but generally you're going to see him touching 90 more consistently than that.
This is down a left field line. Trout moving over. Makes the grab. Jones will stay at second. 2 outs.
reality is, too, the hardest thing is that when you miss as much time as Weaver had missed with his broken elbow, very difficult to come back and have that velocity. You miss a long period of time. Pitchers gain velocity on their fastballs when they throw more, and he hasn't been able to do that. He's only been back to 4 starts. So to build that arm strength and build the velocity, you have to throw more. So as the season progresses, you're going to see more 88s, 91, 92s from Weaver.
And this one down the left field line. Trout giving chase, still moving over, dives, and he got it. What a play by Mike Trout. Otherwise, it's an extra base hit and another run for the Bucks. The inning comes to an end, and it keeps it a 4-0 deficit.
What did Eric Wetz say just the other day about Mike Trout in left field? He says, nobody ever makes a play like this. Well, once again, Trout impresses, a full extension on the dive. What a play by Trout.
To end the top of the 5th inning. Aerial coverage of tonight's game is being brought to you by the Minions flying the Despicable Universal's animated comedy, Despicable Me 2, in theaters July the 3rd. Hey, did we get a shot of that catch from the Despicable? That would be awesome.
I'll tell you what, that's an unreal catch.
Callasmo swings the first pitch, bounces one to Gabby Sanchez, 1 pitch and 1 out. Not what you want to do with the way Jared Weaver's night has gone.
Yeah, you want to allow him to be able to breathe a little bit in between innings. And what a play from Trout. Full extension on the dive as he's diving towards the warning track and that wall. And his entire group, it was playing the field, all waiting to high five. I mean, we've seen some of the most amazing catches the last 2 years between Mike Trout and Peter Borges. I mean, it's unreal what they could do in the outfield. And Trout, what a great jump and very, very aggressive.
Brad Hopp takes a big rip, comes up empty. It's an 0-1 count. And from our vantage point, those down that first base line can see that off the bat.
I didn't think he had I didn't even think he was going to be
either.
close.
No.
I was thinking, don't even dive because that could be a triple then.
Right-handed batter on the line, hit well, hooking a little bit. Just a great catch.
And that wall down there, very imposing. There's not a lot of give in that wall, and that's a head-first dive on the track to make that play.
2 balls and 1 strike on Hopp. Tried to bunt his way on in the 3rd inning and ended up bunting it near the mound, and Cole threw him out. Played for Clint Hurdle in Colorado. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cole with 3 strikeouts, no walks, 2 hits allowed. We're back in the 3rd inning. 6 in a row retired since giving up that broken bat flare by Peter Borges. Conger on deck. 2-2 on the way. 2 outs.
Well, that four-seam fastball has cutting, slider-type action on that pitch. He's thrown 57 pitches so far in the game. He's only thrown 2 pitches below 87, so everything's been firm. And under the hands of Brad Hobb for his 4th strikeout.
Conger rips one out to right field. Snyder is playing deep. Makes the catch easily on the warning track, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Garrett Cole. 5 complete, 4-0 Pittsburgh.
Summary. Pedro Alvarez got a pitch up from Jerry Weaver, got the scoring started for the Pirates in right field. His 17th home run. Then Jordy Mercer with one on tries a fastball inner half and turns that one out of the ballpark. A 2-run home run. And Garrett Cole's been the story of his great fastball, 92 to 101 on his 2 pitches with the fastball, 2-seam, 4-seam. Giving the Pirates a 4-0 lead here in the top of the 6th.
That's the bottom third of the order coming up for Pittsburgh. Walker, Snyder, and Mercer. Garrett Cole has been as advertised. Walker, the second baseman, hit a fly ball to left in the second inning and then was raised by a pitch in the 4th. Eventually came around to score. The assistant fouling out of play. Cayaspo giving a look.
Well, Major League Baseball has developed some power arms of late. These special pitchers, we talked about Matt Harvey in New York, Garrett Cole here.
Zach Wheeler also in New York with the Mets.
Matt Moore down in Tampa. And the list goes on. So many power arms now in baseball.
Oh, 2 count. 2 strikeouts, no walks. 8 hits allowed for Jared, one of which was the one that Borges never saw, the triple by Marte in the 4th inning. Off speed, swinging a miss. Down goes Walker. There's out number 1. 3rd punch out of the night. Good changeup.
Great action, great location. 76.
There's Travis Snyder, the right fielder. Single scored in the second inning, the fly to right in the fourth. Michael Kahn was up and warming last inning. 2 balls and no strikes. It looks like Kahn's still back up, getting ready. Should be just about ready to go now. Throwing the occasional pitch in that bullpen. This will be the 93rd thrown by a popped up. Chaos ball. Drifting over. Catching fair territory. 2 outs. Fans, now's the perfect time to reserve a suite rental for the season. Suites offer 12 to 36 guests the opportunity to enjoy the game in a private and luxurious atmosphere. To reserve your suite today, call 888-796-HALO or log on at angels.com/suites. That would lead you to believe that he is ready to go. And if not this inning, more than likely to start the 7th. Jordy Mercer, the shortstop, at the plate. Home run, a 2-run shot, and a strikeout. He fouls the first one back. The 1 count. Back up the middle, almost gets Weaver. And it's a 2-out base hit. Unable to get a 1-2-3 inning. A man on and back to the top of the order we go now. It's Sterling Marte, the left fielder.
Tried to pin the fastball away. It was elevated and right between the legs of Weaver and up the middle.
Marte 1 for 3. Getting credit for that triple back in the fourth. Picked up his 21st RBI. Taking off is Mercer to throw down to second. Not in time as Kendrick knocks it down. So Mercer puts himself into scoring position with a bag. 50th stolen base for Pittsburgh this year.
3rd stolen base in the season for Mercer. And a big jump. No chance at all for Conger to throw him out.
One ball, no strikes on Marte. This one's sky to shallow center. Borges comes in a couple of steps. And it comes to an end. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on. We will head to the bottom of the 6th here at the Big End. The Halos trailing it 4-0. 4-0 on Peter Borges poster night. It's the poster that fans in attendance received as they came into the ballpark to catch the Borges made against the Baltimore Orioles' J.J. Hardy.
What a play. How far he had to go to catch that baseball. And note to J.J. Hardy, just don't hit a ball to center field against the Angels anymore.
9-1-2 for the Halos. Borges, Ibar, and Trout here gets Garrett Cole trying to figure him out. 8 in a row retired by Garrett Cole since giving up the single to Borges in the third inning. Peter 1 for 1. You see the batting average since coming off the disabled list at .405. 15 hits.
Let's reading the conversation between Cole and Sanchez, the first baseman, saying, I have that bunt if he tries to push it to the right side of the infield.
Oh, 1 on the way. Breaking ball is low. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Pittsburgh with 4 runs, 9 hits, 6 left on. The Angels, no runs, 2 hits, 2 men left on. Chopper over the mound towards second base. Walker's got it, throws off balance, and they get Borges by a step for the first out. Nice play by Walker, the Pirate second baseman.
Trout in the 5th inning. This baseball down the line, thinking no chance he's going to be anywhere near this baseball. Full extension on the dive. It's an unbelievable play. How fast he had to go, track the baseball, kept his head still. That means the baseball wasn't going to go out of his vision. Dives and makes a play.
Ibar showing bunt, takes low. 1 ball, no strikes. Ibar's 0 for 2. It's popped to short, hit a fly ball to right. Grounded over to second base. And Walker's got it. 2 outs. Billy Buckner getting ready. So he'll be coming on in the 7th inning. Buckner recalled prior to the game today. Jason Vargas was placed on the 15-day disabled list with a blood clot in his left armpit. There's Jason. Currently going to seek a second opinion. And it's unfortunate for him. Caused some tingling sensation in his fingers, and that's kind of checked out. We were just talking about, not necessarily that it's the exact same thing, but guys that have had similar things. Jeremy Bonderman got the start the other day for Seattle. He had to deal with what they call thoracic outlet syndrome, TOS. Not that that's what Vargas has, but very similar to that. Kenny Rogers has had it. There's a number of guys that have had to go through it, and it's a process.
Yeah, and there's no question. It's not something you just, a couple days and you're going to feel better, start throwing program right away. So hopefully Jason will get some good news as far as the therapy he's going to have to go through to be able to get back as quick as possible.
Most important thing is they caught it in time. They found it.
Yeah.
He said something, and it was
very quickly, did, because this came on to him.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
A lot of times athletes will wait and wait and wait, try to figure out a way to, get that feeling back, or just try to mask that discomfort.
Jerome Williams will get the start tomorrow night. 2-2 to Trout. Shot foul down the right field line. 100-mile-per-hour fastball.
Yeah, challenge him on a 2-2 count at 100.
So Buckner essentially replaces Jerome in the bullpen. Charlie Morton going on Sunday. Francisco Liriano tomorrow for Pittsburgh. As Trout goes down swinging. 5 strikeouts in the night. The Angels go down in order. 6 complete. 4-0 Pittsburgh.
Burger, 2 jumbo beef patties stacked with onion rings, cheese, and pickles. And by Kia. Visit your Southern California Kia retailers or mysocalkia.com.
Halos down by the score of 4-0 as we start the top of the 7th here at Angel Stadium. Beautiful night for baseball, but it has been so far a couple of home runs on a misplayed ball in center field that Peter Borges never saw. On top of Garrett Cole being absolutely fantastic so far. That's why Jared Weaver is done. And it's Billy Buckner recently called up. He gets to come into the ball game here in the 7th. He'll be facing 2, 3, and 4, Martin, McCutchen, and Jones.
He did a nice job when he had that start in Kansas City. Got the victory in 5 innings pitched, no runs allowed for Billy Buckner.
And then a bus pass back to AAA.
Like right afterwards, hey, but at least if you're going to go back to AAA, you go back with a W.
As a matter of fact, they had to, because being out of options, had to go through waivers. Nobody claimed them, and sent back to AAA.
6-2 at AAA with an ERA 4.50.
Russell Martin, the catcher, is 0 for 3 tonight. First one's down and away. And Billy's not an overpowering guy. Most part for strikes. Bouncer foul. That's 1 ball, 1 strike. 9 hits for Pittsburgh tonight. Weaver finishes the night going 6 innings, 9 hits, 2 home runs, 3 strikeouts, no walks, 4 runs.
It's a good curveball from Buckner. Saw that in Kansas City. Good feel for that pitch.
One, 2 on the way. Another breaking ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. First time that Buckner's ever faced him. This one's grounded toward the middle. Ibar to his left is there. Got rid of it quick for him. Martin is tied for the first out.
Now let's take a look at our Carl's Jr. Sports update around the major leagues. A World Series rematch. The Rangers in St. Louis pulled that one out with 2 in the 9th, when that went 6-4. And the Bay Area Basher continues to roll. The reigning MVP of the National League, Buster Posey, still putting up big numbers. .316 batting average with 8 home runs and 42 RBIs for the Giants as they continue to play solid baseball.
Thought you were going Angel Pagan. Not bad. Andrew McCutchen swings the first one, fouls it off to the right.
He had that inside the park home run this year.
Walk-off.
Inside the park home run.
Yeah.
Well, that Giant team, when you think about it, you know, they're offensive players. I mean, they're all, I mean, they've done a decent job offensively, but they're not any big-time names outside of Buster Posey. And the guys are committed and fielding them perfectly in their role.
And a short hop, and he just does get McCutchen.
McCutchen with great wheels. It's down the line quickly. It's a tough little hop. Short hop, and gathered himself, and then had to throw a rocket over to get him at first base. In that conversation for the MVP last year, McCutchen.
Career high at batting average and home runs for McCutchen last year. 31 home runs as a center fielder. Garrett Jones at DH takes upstairs. He's had a multi-hit game, couple of doubles, 2 for 3 overall.
And you wonder if that late season collapse for Pittsburgh took some MVP votes away from McCutchen, because his numbers were outstanding.
Yeah, so if he continues to play MVP caliber baseball, yet the team, for whatever reason, goes to the tank, he should lose votes. I mean,
that's the way some of those, some of the voters go as far as the team getting to the postseason. But look what he did for this club, making them competitive.
Antiquated thought process. Jones looks at a strike, 2-1.
Never was a big believer in that. If you put up the numbers and you carry a team like McCutchen did last season, you should be rewarded with that.
Jones fouls one on the plate. Big swing by him. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jones celebrating his 32nd birthday today. Long-time minor leaguer. Illinois native. Spent parts of 11 years in the minor leagues before getting a crack at the Pirates lineup, and he came on like gangbusters in 2009. At 293, 21 home runs. After spending all that time in the minor leagues, and he's been in the big league since. 2-2. Breaking ball low. Full count.
Couple of doubles in this game. With 17 doubles, 6 home runs, giving him 23 extra base hits this year.
3-2, swing and a miss, and Billy Buckner has himself a 1-2-3-7. 7th inning stretch time here at the Big A. The Halos have Pujols, Trumbo, and Kendrick coming up, down 4-0. Seventh inning. Garrett Cole has been spectacular. 5 strikeouts for him, no walks, just 2 hits allowed. He'll be facing Pujols, Trumbo, and Kendrick, as the right-hander's thrown 69 pitches here at some of his family and friends.
He's not walked a major league hitter yet in his career in 3 starts.
Yeah, that whole might be nervous in front of friends and family thing, not so much.
No. Not when you're rushing up a 99-mile-an-hour fastball right away. And a 100-mile-an-hour two-seam fastball.
Albert looks at a breaking ball inside. Twice has struck out tonight against Garrett Cole. Both swinging. And that is driven out to deep left center field. McCutchen pulls up. That is gone. A big fly for Albert Pujols. The Angels get on the board. It's 4-1 Pittsburgh.
Notice Garrett Cole throwing Pujols more sliders than anybody else in the lineup. I guess that's the reason why he did so. He tried to sneak a fastball and it was down. And Pujols squared that one up. 13th home run. Well out to left center field. Boy, fastball was down, but Pujols threw the baseball so well. Great balance. Drives it out of the ballpark.
Well, if you're going to give up your first major league home run, you might as well give it up to Albert Pujols.
Exactly. And Pujols now with 49 career home runs against the Pirates.
Trumbo takes a breaking ball outside. 488th of his career. Trumbo's 0 for 2 with a fly ball to center and a ground ball to third. Two balls and no strikes. That was loud. '81st home run hit by the Angels this year.
Hit speed 105 miles an hour by Pujols on that home run.
2-0 pitch. Downstairs, 3 balls and no strikes. First time Garrett Cole has gone to a 3-0 count to start a batter, and he walked him. So perhaps that home run affecting him.
First home run allowed, first walk allowed at the major league level. Check how loud this sound was off the bat by Pujols against Garrett Cole. And that baseball took no time getting out. Well over the rock pile in left center field.
So a home run followed by the walk. Here's Howie Kendrick. 1 ball, no strikes.
Well, that's 5 in a row out of the strike zone.
Ben Mazzaro getting ready. Mazzaro's pitched in the American League before with Oakland and Kansas City. First man up. One ball, 1 strike. Howie twice has grounded out to Gabby Sanchez at first base, but Sanchez now occupied by holding on Trumbo over there. Takes that similar approach. It'll be a base hit to right field.
Especially when you're looking for base runners. Just serve a baseball in the right field.
Now the 1-1 pitch. Downstairs. 2 balls and a strike. Pujols opening up the 7th inning with a home run. 13th of the year. 47th run batted in. Trumbo with a 4-pitch walk. Stands at first. Callaspo on deck. This now the 3rd time through the order. 78 pitches thrown by the youngster. This was fouled off to the right. Full count. Let's go back to our Hyundai key to the game.
Think about beat this summer to see if we can turn around with the first day of summer here. June 21st for the Angels. A big victory last night coming back against one of the best pitchers in the game in King Felix. A tough young pitcher here, but a good swing by Pujols, a walk by Trumbo. All of a sudden, some life in this lineup. And then some doubt stepping off the pitching rubber for Garrett Cole.
There's a 3-2. Trumbo takes off. Liner back off of Cole. Over to second base. Walker throws out Kendrick. The question is, where did it get him?
Walker's made some outstanding plays here. It looked like it got him around the hip area. Right back up the middle. Howie once again with another good swing. And underneath the glove and got in the leg area. Try to react with his glove to catch it. Boy, Howie, the last few days, he hit some baseballs right on the nose and getting nothing for it.
Yep. Oh,
thigh.
Thigh or left knee area. Which for Garrett Cole would be his landing area, his landing leg, I should say.
And that's one of those things, too, where you get hit on the leg. You feel okay initially, but then all of a sudden that'll start stiffening up and cramping on you, and it becomes an issue for you.
One and done. He feels fine. So Trumbo in scoring position now with one out. Callaspo the batter.
Cole, his first start, 81 pitches thrown. His second start, 80 pitches thrown. Now he's rated 81 here in his third start.
Talked with Clint Hurdle before the game and asking him about, are there kid gloves or a governor on him? They said, nope. Front end of the rotation guy. We're going to let him go out there and get his game in. Doesn't mean we're going to let him go 120, 130 as far as pitches thrown, but he's that type of guy.
Isn't that the way it used to be, though?
Yeah.
No, I mean, not that long ago, where didn't matter if you were this young, that if you could pitch and you're making quality pitches, you're going to be in the game.
He falls behind on Callaspo. 2 balls and no strikes, and snaps at the baseball thrown back to him by Russell Martin.
Well, frustrated this entire inning, really. Here's the pitching coach coming out to talk to him now. A home run by Pujols, a walk to Trumbo, a line drive back up the middle by Howie, and now a 2-0 count to Callaspo.
Mazzaro's ready to go in the bullpen for Pittsburgh if necessary. 1 run in for the Halos. Albert Pujols will lead off home run. It's the Pirates team that's third in the National League in staff ERA at 3.24. Starters with a 3.39. Relievers have been very good with an even 3 mark.
They've been heavy on the draft as far as drafting arms over the last 4 or 5 years.
2-0, fouled back over the screen. 2-1.
It's only the 4th strike that Cole has thrown in his last 13 pitches. 84 pitches thrown, 51 strikes for him.
Trumbo over at second base with 1 out here in the 7th. 2-1. 2-2. Brad Hopp is on deck. Here's the 2-2. That's down low. Full count.
Surprised he went in with a fastball. Last time he got Callaspo swinging, in his first at bat, I should say, was a fastball away. 5th full count of the game for Garrett Cole.
Talking about the staff ERA for the Pittsburgh Pirates, Clint Hurdle certainly credits Russell Martin for helping these arms get it going. Veteran guy.
Russell's a very solid defender behind the plate.
There's a payoff pitch. Callaspo fouls it back. Martin, of course, with the Yankees last year, signing as a free agent. And as Clint said, the dollars certainly helped in getting him to Pittsburgh, but he wanted to go to Pittsburgh. He wanted to be a part of something. And
I've always liked the way he calls the game, because he's got a lot of energy behind the plate, and he coaches his pitching staff during the course of the game.
Another 3-2 on the way. Callaspo lines one towards center field. A base hit. Trumbo's going to be waved around. It's a 4-2 game. The Halos down by 2 as Callaspo picks up his 26th run batted in.
That might be it for Garrett Cole with that line drive back up the middle by Callaspo. Boy, nice approach right back up the middle. And on cue, Clint Hurdle going to the bullpen for the Pirates. We got ourselves a game once again. Another comeback against a very good pitcher by the Halos here.
So Clint Hurdle making his way out. Vin Mazzaro, the right-hander, is going to come in place of Garrett Cole, who was spectacular through 6 innings and overall nothing to be ashamed of for the Southern California product. And the fans here in attendance realizing that, standing up and giving him a standing O behind the Pirates dugout. Halos down 4-2.
Now pitching for the Pirates, number 32.
may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. The Halos have broken through for 2 runs here in the 7th inning. Terrific start for Garrett Cole. And we're talking about that standing ovation. You saw Pirates fans, but there was a lot of Angel fans in attendance appreciating what this young man, of course being a Southern California product, doing against this lineup against the Angels tonight.
Yeah, he had a great fastball, and the movement location of that pitch was outstanding.
So in and out, who is in, who is out. Ben Mazzaro comes into the ball game to face Brad Hopp with Alberto Callaspo standing at first. Hopp getting to start out in right field. 0 for 2. Tried to bunt his way on in the 3rd inning. Struck out in the 5th.
Mazzaro fastball 91 to 95 and a slider. There's a lot of sliders generally.
25th game for him this year. 3-2 mark, a 3.23 ERA. 36 hits and 30 in 2/3 innings. 1-0 pitch. Hopp thought about pulling the trigger, takes a strike instead, and it's 1-1. Mazzaro, originally a 3rd-round pick by Oakland. That was back at 05. Last year pitched with Kansas City. 18 games, 6 starts, and had an ERA north of 5 at 5.73. Quick check in. He's a guy that's been a starter throughout his career. Now working out of the bullpen. New Jersey native. Non-roster invitee to spring training for Pittsburgh. 2 balls, 1 strike.
That 2-seam fastball running at the hip of Brad Hopp, trying to get the inside corner, didn't get the call.
Pirates went out and made a trade for him last year and invited to big league camp. 2-1. Inside, 3 balls and a strike. Hank Conger's on deck. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Hopp, a big swing and a miss. Was good action down and away from the left-hand hitting.
Yeah, you could afford to have that type of swing on a 3-1 count. Now you shorten up your approach if you're Brad Hopp. Head of the count, looking for a fastball, see if you can drive one out of the ballpark and tie it up. Now the approach will be different.
(3-2). In the air to center, playable for McCutchen as he comes in a couple of steps. As Mazzaro got in on the hands of Hopp, 2 outs. Hank is 1 for 2, a base hit in the 3rd inning and a fly ball to right field in the 5th, and he hit that ball well. Travis Snyder playing very deep and right, made the catch rather easily.
Yeah, it looked easily. He was basically playing on the warning track.
Yeah, if he's playing a normal right field, that ball's over his head and a 1-hopper off the fence. And he's back out deep and right again. Here's the first one. Breaking ball outside. They overshift in the infield. The shortstop, Mercer, playing almost up the middle. Alvarez swung over near the shortstop position. Callaspo still at first. 1-0 pitch. Off speed. He's down low. 2 balls and no strikes here on Conger.
And you got an opportunity for Hank Conger to get a fastball and try to drive it out of the ballpark. That hard swing. He afforded that ability right now on a 2-0 count.
Hank with 4 home runs on the year, 9 runs batted in. At the start today with Jared Weaver on the mound. Here's the 2-0.
He tried to tie it.
Yes, he did. 96-mile-per-hour fastball from Mazzaro.
Well, Mazzaro looks much more effective out of the bullpen. Much better velocity.
Yeah.
I always remember him being around 90, 91, 92. A lot of sliders. This game, 95, 96. with the fastball.
Change the mentality. Pardon me, Gooby. Come out and just empty the tank as a reliever. 2-1 pitch. Strike on the corner, 2-2.
Marte shallow and left. McCutchen and Snyder deep in center and right.
Two runs in for the Angels. Pujols with the leadoff home run. Callas with an RBI single. Now the 2-2. Swinging a high fly ball to right field. Playable for Snyder as he backs up. And where the wall makes the catch. The inning comes to an end. The Angels get 2 and leave a man on. We're through 7. Pittsburgh's on top 4-2. Angels baseball is brought to you by AT&T. Rethink possible. And by 76. We're on the driver's side. Top of the 8th inning here at the Big A. The Halos down by the score of 4-2. Billy Buckner back out for his second inning of work. Had himself a 1-2-3 7th. We'll go back to our AT&T Twitter poll question of the series. Who's the bigger star from the Pittsburgh area? Christina Aguilera at 42% of the vote. Just ahead of Mark Cuban and Joe Montana, some football guy.
Yeah. Some random 4-time Super Bowl champ.
Yeah. He's horrible.
Christina Aguilera with the lead.
You know what? I think it was I think it's the Disney following. You know, wasn't she a Musketeer originally?
Along with Justin Timberlake.
Yeah. And Britney Spears.
Yes.
Somebody else was it. Kerry Russell, right? The actress.
I think you're right on that one too.
She was on there. Pedro Alvarez will lead things off. First one from Buckner's up and away. Alvarez 2 for 3. Home run, a single, and a fly ball to left. Here's the 1-0. Downstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. Buckner had himself a couple of ground outs and a strikeout in the 7th inning. And he falls behind immediately at 3-0. Not what you want to do after the Angels just got a couple of runs and made this an interesting ball game here.
Especially with the lineup coming up for the Angels in the bottom of the 8th inning here, leading off with Peter Borges.
And a 4-pitch walk. That's the first walk tonight for the Angels. Aerial coverage of tonight's game being brought to you by the Minions, flying the Despicable Me. Universal's animated comedy, Despicable Me 2, in theaters July the 3rd. Gabby Sanchez now the batter. Angels probably get some action going to the bullpen. Kevin Jepson was loosening for a little bit at the bottom of the 7th. Breaking pitch is in there for his giant. Some movement going on in the Angels' pen now. You need to keep this at a 4-2 score. Michael Kahn, who's up earlier in the game, is stretch it back out now.
Especially how well Jason Grilli has closed for the Pirates.
Yeah. Mentioned that bullpen has been spectacular for Pittsburgh. 0-2. Mark Melancon, former Red Sox, been spectacular too for Pittsburgh. To the Sanchez, breaking ball. The dirt gets away from Conger, but Alvarez stays right there at first base. That might be a gift right
I was going to say that's a break. Now you still have the double play in order. If Alvarez reads that right, it's going to be a very difficult throw for Conger to throw him out at second base.
In the air, playable. Shallow right center field. Long run in for Borges. Howie Kendrick is out there, though. Puts it away for the first down.
Well, Howie does a great job as far as going back on pop-ups. He waits to be called off. He went back there quickly, had his body turned around and squared up with his shoulders. Makes that play look easy. I know he had to go a long way because he's thinking in terms of a double play ball potentially.
So 1 out, 1 on. Neil Walker, the batter. Second baseman is 0 for 2. It's hit by a pitch in the 4th inning and actually scored a run. But that's the one you really would like to have back. Would have been the 3rd out. That was the ball that Marte hit that Borges never saw. Alvarez takes off, and Walker fouls that at the plate.
Hit and run on.
Walker didn't seem overly committed to that hit and run because Alvarez had a huge jump from first base.
I was glad he fouled that one off.
Yeah.
There's no way Conger could throw him out at that point.
But that one that Marte hit, Peter just never saw the baseball. It dropped in and it brought home a run. Make it a 4-0 Pirates lead. The Angels getting 2 back into 7th. 4-2, that's where we stand now here in the 8th.
Alvarez with 1 stolen base this season. Walker has hit into 10 double plays.
Bounces this one towards second base. Kendrick comes charging in, tags Alvarez, fires the first inning-ending double play. We will head to the bottom of the 8th. Peter Borges, Eric Ivar, Mike Trout due up with the Angels down by 2. Hey, Denny's Family Sundays are the perfect way to spend time with your family on Sunday. Free activities for kids in the right field pavilion include a variety of games and arts and crafts. The next Family Sunday takes place, guess when?
Is it on Sunday?
It's on this Sunday at 12:35 p.m.
No way.
It's the Pittsburgh Pirates. Purchase your tickets by logging on at Angels.com.
How's that possible?
Peter Borges takes a fastball up and in, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. So awesome how that lines up perfectly like that.
It's like Big Bang Friday.
That's right.
On Friday.
It's usually on Friday. You could circle your calendar. Borges 1 for 2 with a base hit. Mazzaro delivers a strike. Came in and got the last 2 outs in the 7th. A couple of fly ball outs by Hobb and Conger. No action in the Pirates bullpen. Here's the 1-1. Down and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. 40,136 tonight here on Big Bang Friday. Peter Borges poster giveaway night. Garrett Cole, the starter for Pittsburgh, with 6 1/3, 2 runs, 4 hits, 5 strikeouts, 1 walk. That's on the corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. One of those hits a home run. That's Albert Pujols leading off the 7th.
First home run ever allowed by Cole. To one of the best home run hitters ever.
Well, down by 2 runs with 2 innings to go. You've got the guys you want coming up. 2-2, and he throws him with a fastball. Peter was looking for a breaking ball, but went down looking for out number 1.
Yeah, painted the outside corner at 95. But he's been throwing nothing but those fastballs at that part of the plate, and that's a great located pitch from Mazzaro. Definitely much more improved with the velocity and the consistency with his velocity on his fastballs compared to what we've seen him in the American League as a starter.
Yeah, issues with command at times. Hits allowed and base on balls. Here's Eric Ivar. Drops a bunt foul. It's played by Russell Martin, but it was ruled foul. 0-1 count.
You can see how quick he is behind the plate. Makes it a tough call for an umpire when you get that quick out of your catching position and almost field that ball in the fair territory.
Ivar's 0 for 3 tonight.
No doubt foul, but still quick.
0-2 now. No messing around either for Mazzaro. He's just coming right after guys. You locate with 95. Odds are you're going to be pretty good. Good chance anyway. Trout on deck.
Usually after he tries that 2-seam fastball that runs back on the corner against the left, he's going to try to run a fastball away now. See if Ibar can punch that into left field.
Lays off the breaking ball. They wanted appeal. He did not go. Jeff Nelson, the third base umpire. Russell Martin tried to sell it by applying a tag. Clint Hurdle yelling from the dugout out to Jeff Nelson.
And it looked like, yeah, there's no question he crossed the plate.
Clint's not happy.
No.
2-2. Full count now.
Tried to come right back with the exact same pitch. Now, if you're Ibar, you got to find a way to get on base, either a base hit or a walk. Allow Trout to come up and potentially one swing in the back and tie the game.
Payoff pitch. Off speed, bounce towards second. Walker to his right's got it. 2 outs. So 4 up and 4 down for Vin Mazzaro. Here comes Trout. With 2 outs, the base is clear. Trout's 0 for 3. Ground ball to first. Fly ball out to center field. A strikeout in the 6th inning.
That pitch at 97. Bullpen is definitely agreed for Mazzaro.
Breaking pitch rolled over to third. Alvarez has it. A 1-2-3 inning for Vin Mazzaro. 8 complete here at the Big A, and the Angels remain down 4-2. Stick around after the last down. Angels Live post-game edition presented by your SoCal Mazda dealers. Michael Leaves and Jose Mota will break it all down for you. That's immediately following the ball game. Billy Buckner's back out for his third inning of work. 1-2-3 7th. Gave up a leadoff walk in the 8th, but after getting a pop-up, got a double play ball. So he's faced the minimum 6, and he'll be facing 8, 9, and 1, trying to keep it a 4-2 game. Travis Snyder, Jordy Mercer, and Starling Marte. 3 batters coming up. Jason Grilli getting ready. He's the closer for the Pirates, and he's had a spectacular season so far. All-star to be, I would imagine.
Had a blown save just the other day, first of the season for him.
First one is in for a strike. Snyder tonight 1 for 3, a single and a run scored back in the second inning. One and one. Two and one now. Good off-speed pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Done a nice job so far out of the bullpen for Mike Scioscia. Did a nice job as a starter, spot start in Kansas City.
Lifted Fallon out of play. Tomorrow night, Jerome Williams getting the start in place of Jason Vargas. Jerome will be in the rotation, it appears, for the duration of the stay for Jason Vargas, barring another injury or something that occurs. But he's done a nice job, certainly for the Angels this year. He'll be going up against the left-hander Francisco Liriano, the former Minnesota Twin.
Yeah, Jerome has done a great job both out of the bullpen and as a starter.
Another foul off the left. Still at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
5-2 record this year with a nice ERA, 3.14.
Got him looking on the inside corner, froze him, 1 out.
Boy, he painted that 2-seam fastball that ran back in and caught the corner. Starts at the hip, of Snyder. Give up on as a hitter and then catches the corner.
Downstairs, Jordy Mercer, the shortstop, 2 for 3 tonight with a home run and a single. Two balls and no strikes. Two strikeouts, 1 walk for Buckner.
A nice changeup on a fastball count. Doesn't waste a whole lot of time either. Stays right on that pitching rubber.
This one pulled to left field, a base hit. Trout over to cut it off, does so. Staying at first base with a single is Mercer.
3-hit game for him. A 9-hitter, including a 2-run home run in the second inning.
So Starling Marte is going to come up now. Left fielder. 1 for 4. RBI triple back in the 4th inning. Michael Kahn back up and loosening for the Angels. Triple for Marte is 6th of the year. The RBI is 21st. First one's down and away. Halos in the bottom of the 9th inning. We'll have Pujols, Trumbo, and Kendrick due up against Jason Grilli.
Buckner didn't really feel comfortable in the landing spot there. Especially when you come out of the bullpen. The landing spot has been established by the starting pitchers. And Mazzaro out of the bullpen also for Pittsburgh. All different landing spots. Certainly no one's going to be landing in the same area where Jared Weaver, the way he throws across his body.
Bouncer foul. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, if you land at Jared Weaver's landing spot on the mound, you've made a wrong turn somewhere.
Exactly.
You trusted MapQuest instead of Google Maps.
Yeah, everyone else is right around this area right here, but Weaver's all the way over there. That's how far he throws across his body. Great deception. Sean Burnett from the left side throws across his body pretty well.
Breaking ball. Locked him up, and it's in for a strike. 1-2 now. Marte with good speed, tough guy to double up unless he squares something up to an infielder. Takes that one down low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 10 hits tonight for Pittsburgh. Jared Weaver got the start, went 6 innings, gave up 4 runs all earned on 9 hits. 2 home runs allowed. Alvarez got him for a solo shot leading off the second. And Mercer a 2-run shot also in the second. 3 strikeouts and no walks for Jared. There's Alvarez. 17th of the year.
That's 42 hits allowed in 40 2/3 innings pitched for Weaver this season. Very odd.
Yeah, not the same guy we know or have grown accustomed to seeing over the years.
And he's usually a guy that 7 innings, 2-3 hits, 6-7 strikeouts, maybe a walk.
And nobody's more frustrated about it than Jared Weaver himself.
Exactly. True leader of the staff and of the team.
Mercer with 2 stolen bases over at first base. Pardon me, 3. Picked one up in the 6th inning. Buckner trying to keep him close. Takes off. The 2-2 is rolled to short. It's fortunate that he did take off. Montes retired for round number 2.
What we've seen from Clint Hurdle, they're very aggressive. They're hitting and running, stealing bases.
With Russell Martin due up, Michael Kahn, it looks like, is going to come into the ballgame. Billy Buckner will be done after 2 2/3. Guess you want to go with more power stuff here against Russell Martin. But Buckner is done after 39 pitches. We got a pitching change here in the 9th. It is 4-2 Pittsburgh. Two outs. Pittsburgh with a man in scoring position. That is Jordy Mercer. And it's Michael Kahn trying to get the last out here for Mike Scioscia. Michael has pitched in 22 games, 1-0 mark and a 1.96 ERA. The Chargers trying to get Russell Martin for that last out.
Fastball has been very good, 93 to 96. Hard slider also.
Been a while since Michael pitched last Saturday against the Yankees, inning in 2/3. First one's in the dirt, and it gets away from Hank. So a wild pitch advances a base runner to third base.
And that becomes significant now because if he gets ahead of Russell Martin at some point during this at bat, you've kind of taken away that hard slider away from him.
Big run standing over at third base. The Angels have 3, 4, and 5 due up in the bottom of the 9th inning. Two balls, no strikes. Russell Martin tonight is 0 for 4. 2 ground outs, 2 fly ball outs. Three balls and no strikes. There's a Kahn in that Saturday game. An inning. It's an inning in 2/3, actually 1/3 of an inning. Really close to an inning in 2/3. 1 strikeout and all zeros. Usually helps to read the line that follows Kahn in the scorebook.
It's the guy you want to try to fight back into the count there with McCutchen on deck. 3-1.
3-1 on the way. It's a chopper foul. Full count now. Jason really throwing the occasional pitch. He'll be coming on at the bottom of the ninth inning. Ben Mazzara went an inning and 2/3 tonight. 1 strikeout. He came on in relief of Garrett Cole. Cole went 6 1/3, 2 runs, 4 hits, including the home run to Pujols, 5 strikeouts, 1 walk. Time is called at the plate. Now the 3-2. That's a breaking ball in the dirt. He walked him, not even close to the strike zone. And a heck of a job by Hank Conger keeping that ball near the plate.
And that was not easy to do so. An overthrown pitch in the dirt.
Well, the guy you wanted to be facing is Russell Martin, not Andrew McCutchen. And now Mike Butcher's going to come out and pay a visit.
Yeah, McCutchen's a very, very good hitter, plus exceptional speed, so you put a lot of pressure on the defense.
And don't be surprised if Russell Martin takes off. We've seen him do that in his days with the Dodgers as well as the Yankees. His sneaky stolen base. He's got 4 this year. He's been caught twice. Mercer with pretty good speed standing at third.
Yeah, but if I'm Clint Hurdle, depending on the count, I'm letting McCutchen get at least a couple pitches to swing at. If he falls behind in the count, 2 strikes, then definitely you're going to see Martin moving.
One ball, no strikes. Again, the decision for Mike Scioscia pulling Billy Buckner 39 pitches to go with Kahn to get Martin. The bouncer foul. 1-1 now. Nice job by Buckner. 2 2/3, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk. He's responsible for Mercer standing at third. Mercer got on board with a 1-out single to left. That is pulled to left. That's going to go for extra bases. 1 run is in. Martin's on his way to third. He's going to be stopped right there, and it's 5-2 Pittsburgh.
Exactly why you want to avoid that man swinging the bat. McCutchen, second double of the game, 22 on the season. That's a big run for Pittsburgh. With a 3-run deficit now against Jason Grilli.
So second and third, still 2 outs. And unfortunately, a broken record. 2-out hit, 2-out run allowed. Jones looks at a strike. Two for 4 tonight. A couple of doubles for him. Pittsburgh's racked out 11 hits tonight. Also Martin standing at third, Andrew McCutchen at second. In the air, shallow left, Eric Ibar drifting out. The inning comes to an end, but not before Pittsburgh tacks on a run. A big, big run. As we head to the bottom of the ninth, the Angels are down by 3. It's 5-2 Pirates. Jason Grilli to face 3, 4, and 5 for the Angels. Uphill battle against Jason Grilly, who's been one of the best relievers in all of baseball this year. Clint Hurdle's turned the ball over to the right-hander, the veteran, former big league starter at one time. But this year, 0-1 and a 1.10 ERA, 35 games, has 25 saves, 32 and two-third innings, 54 strikeouts.
Boy, fastball, very good. 92 to 96, very good swing and miss slider, and a very occasional changeup.
It'll be Albert Pujols, Mark Trumbo, Howie Kendrick here in the ninth against Grilly. Been around a long time, product of Seton Hall University. 36 years of age.
That's where Mo Vaughn went. John Valentin also. And maybe even Craig Biggio.
Biggio, that's the one I was thinking. I know there was another infielder. Albert 1 for 3 tonight, homered, leading off the seventh against Garrett Cole. Breaking ball down and away. Ball, no strikes. Really got to the big leagues for the first time back in 2000 with the Florida Marlins. Then the Florida Marlins. First round pick originally by the San Francisco Giants, 4th overall back in '97. Foul tipped. It's 1 ball, 1 strike.
He stepped into his closer role for Clint Hurdle very, very nicely.
Challenge him with the fastball. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes, staying away from him as well. The trade of Hanrahan going to Boston. But really, is the guy that Clint Hurdle trusted to be the closer.
I remember when he was with Pittsburgh, with Detroit, control issues coming out of their bullpen for him. Looking back at some of the numbers in 07, 79 and 2/3, he had 32 walks. Certainly doesn't walk anybody anymore in this role.
2 balls, 2 strikes now. Pitched briefly with Colorado, with Texas. It's 30 games for the Rangers back in 2009. Was hurt all of 2010. It's 28 games for the Pirates in 2011, 64 games last year. This is lined to center, but it's going to hang up from McCutcheon. 1 out.
Well, he's had to catch a couple of rockets hit right at him. Trumbo had 1. Now Pujols.
So 1 out, nobody on for Mark Trumbo. 0 for 2. Had a walk and a run scored in the 7th inning. Five runs, 11 hits, 8 left on for Pittsburgh tonight. The Angels 2 runs, 4 hits, 3 men left on base. Momentum shifter perhaps, Vin Mazzaro. Man on at 1 out. 7th inning, took over for Garrett Cole and got Brad Hopton a fly ball to center. Hank Conger a deep fly ball to right to end that inning. 0-1. Back-to-back breaking balls, 0-2 count.
And he's got a good one. You know the velocity of his fastball is there at 93, 95 range. He's always had that good, sharp slider.
Came in with a fastball, and this one's looked foul and out of play on the first base side.
I often wonder why pitchers do that. You have two perfect sliders in a row. The batter misses by quite a bit, and you try to sneak a fastball. The ball almost ran back enough of the play where Trumbo was going to hit that one hard. Got to believe he's going to be throwing a slider here now.
Howie Kendrick on deck. Martin set up outside with a fastball, and he locked him up. 2 outs.
Well, I guess when you're in a roll like he is on this season so far, you have a lot of confidence in your fastball. And he ran it. It ended up being middle part of the plate.
So the Halos down to the last out here in the ninth. Down 5-2. Howie Kendrick 0 for 3 tonight. 2 groundouts, and then that rocket back up the middle that went off the left leg of Garrett Cole, but ricocheted right to Walker at second. Oh, and 1. Tomorrow night, Jerome Williams going up against Francisco Liriano. Game 2 of this 3-game series. 7:05 start. Big and Rich concert after the game. No balls and 2 strikes on Kendrick.
11 pitches thrown from Grilly so far, 9 strikes.
Garrett Cole in line for his 3rd win. Jared Weaver would take the loss. It would be his 4th. Really pick up the save. Called strike 3, and the Angels go down in order here in the ninth as they drop the opener against the Bucks. 5-2 the final.
I think the big story here was the offense in that 2nd inning for Pittsburgh. A couple of home runs. That's all the run support that Garrett Cole and the bullpen for the Pirates needed. They'll pull off this first game of the series. Very, very impressive. Watching Garrett Cole with his fastball, 92 to 101. Great 2-seam, 4-seam fastball, command of the strike zone. The Pirates able to win the first game of this series.
Garrett Cole runs his record to 3-0 with 3 big league starts. Weaver now 1-4, and Grilly picks up his 26th save as the Angels drop the first one. 5-2 the final. Stick around as Michael Lees and Jose Mota will break it all down for the Angel 5 post-game edition. And that is coming up next.
Way to go, George. That way, big man. Way to go, kid. Way to get it done, baby. Only perfect, Mark. Well done. Let's go.